Hello and welcome back to another episode of Life After MLM, the show. Today we are talking to the amazing and wonderful friend of mine, Nick Anderson. He is the guest on Sunday's episode. And while I was editing the episode, I asked him, I said, hey, we did this with Jamie last week. It was really fun. Would you be willing? And he was like, I have absolutely no life on Friday. Absolutely. Yes. Let's party. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce Nick to the show. Nick, it's Nick
Hello.
Anderson.
It's true. I have no life. So here I am.
I just like teasing. You. Thank you so much for being available today. I know sometimes I message people 4 days before and it's this last minute. And I was so happy you were available.
I'm super excited to do this. Yeah, this is going to be super fun. We had a great time on the podcast. So we're going to have a great time here.
Seriously, even listening back to it, I know I say this that I have such a good time, but my face hurt just from editing it. We talk about so many things and it's just a really, really fun episode. So we'll get into it. And I've got slides, you guys, I got slides. I'm ridiculous. But the first thing that I want to talk about on these slides is the MLM Conference. So this is really important. It was an amazing event last year. 2 days. It's a free event. It's all on Zoom. It will be recorded so you can watch it later, but it's so much more fun to be there live because we do have Q&A where we invite people up to be able to speak. And it's really cool. And there's going to be so many people. I know Robert Fitzpatrick is speaking, Stephen Hassan, Yanya Lalick is going to be speaking too. I'm on a panel for recovery. Michelle's on a panel. Alonda is going to be on a panel with me. Monica Hayworth, Taylor, the Antibot, so many incredible creators and educators and experts in this space. And it is really, really cool. So again, it is absolutely free. You can go to mlmconference.com. You can register. Please do that because it's just an amazing group of people. It is put on by the College of New Jersey, the School of Business, Bill Keep, who's been on the show. Just a really great event. So if you guys have something, you're I don't know what to do. Friday and Saturday, it is going to be a great thing. Oh, and yes, Jessica Hickson is going to be there as well. It is just going to be really great. And Danielle, I apologize, but you might be embarrassed today a little bit, but I love you. We love you. And it's all a good fun. The other thing I wanted to bring up really quick before we start is the Man and Woman of the Year campaign. We've got a couple weeks left raising money. We're still trying to raise at least $25 in every single state. So if you are so inclined to donate, it would be so wonderful. I wanted to introduce you to the children that we are raising money for. So this is Marco and Avila. They live here in San Diego. They are both, Avila is still, I believe, fighting neuroblastoma. It came back, but Marco is in remission and they are both, I think they're 11. I think they're both 11 and just really, really great kids. And the whole thing with the Man and the Woman of the Year is we are raising money to fund research in order to create treatments for children, specifically for children and not just watered down adult versions. And it's just, I lost the most important person in my life to cancer. And so it's just a very, sorry, I freaking hate being emotional. Pisces, just the worst. But it's just a really important thing. And if you have even $5 to spare, it would be so lovely. This community, I've seen us move mountains. And so bit.ly Man Woman of the Year 2022 is what you can find all that information and donate. You guys are incredible. And I just also wanted to say a huge thanks to everybody that has donated. There's been a lot of anonymous donations, so I can't thank you guys, but everybody on the screen, you are incredible. Z Lou, Danielle Bolster. I don't know if you knew that, Nick, but you're included in that as well. Nick, Megan Williams, Christy Russell, Sarah Cost, and Becky Ford. Thank you so much for all of your donations so far. You guys are just the best. And I really, really appreciate it. So without further ado, we are going to get away from the sad stuff. I have to do an update, Danielle. I think we got a couple more states, but I haven't updated the map. I need to do another map update, but I think we have 10 states, maybe. I don't know. Not enough. There's more states to be filled, you guys. Okay. Anyway, so here we are. I asked Nick when I said, hey, you want to come on the show? I said, hey, person that works in fitness and sees this shit all day, do you have any crazy screenshots that you've seen? He's like, oh my God, yes. And it is included in this. And I said, well, I'm going to go find some screenshots too. And Nick and I are going to rate, and you guys in the comments as well can help, just how disgusting these screenshots are. And maybe anybody watching that has actually, oh my gosh, thank you, Michelle. Anybody else that is watching that is maybe like, you know, why is this problematic? We're going to go through those too, because there's just some things you just don't say out loud. You know, what you should have said is nothing. So, ooh. Hey girl, I was wondering if you'd be interested in being a product model for our brand new slimming gummies. I already know right off the bat what company this is already, because there's one MLM that uses product model more than any. And that was my very first MLM. It works, or shit works, or it doesn't work, or whatever you want to call it. 2-day herbal cleanse. No. To lose 31 pounds in 90 days, or their hair, skin, nails, whatever. She says, I am already underweight, and if I were to lose 31 pounds, I would be dead, and I am currently recovering from an eating disorder. So this one right here off the bat, for me, the number one reason that you don't tell people that they should lose weight, right here. You don't know what they're going through, what they're recovering from, or what. Please chime in on this.
Yeah, you can't assume people's goals, for one. Like, yeah, in the fitness industries, a lot of people's goals are to lose weight, sure, but not everyone. So like, just coming in completely unsolicited and saying to lose 31 pounds in 90 days, which by the way is a very like oddly specific number,
right?
31 pounds in 90 days. Like, how are you going to predict in 90 days exactly how much weight you're going to lose? Also, by doing it with slimming gummies, which aren't a thing that actually work, and a 2-day herbal cleanse. I will say response here is 10 out of 10. And
I agree.
My favorite part is all the emojis. Like,
yeah, I like the dancing one at the end. The best.
I really like. I think that's like the sweet potato emoji. Like, it's just so out of place.
I am like, already.
Why is
underweight.
That there? Yeah, this is a fun one. Looking for 5 product models. Yeah, you're looking for whoever will.
I bet if you found 6, you wouldn't discriminate.
No,
anyway. So here's like a before and after, and this is so predatory. They're going after pregnant women here, obviously. It's again with shit works. It's their stretch mark cream, right? And this is just after 6 weeks. And someone says, wow, they didn't get any more pregnant in 6 weeks. So.
I like didn't read it. I was just like looking at the pic. I was like hyper fixating on the picture for a minute. And like without reading, I was like, that's the same picture with the lights on. Like right, they took one picture, then they turned the lights on, and they took another picture.
That's 6 weeks. Yeah. But you know, like in a month and a half, anybody that's been pregnant knows how big you get. Even at that stage, how much more? 6 more weeks. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Okay. Hi there. Do I know you? You've sent me a friend request. Hi, lovely. I'm just looking to connect with new people. I hope you don't mind. How's you?
How's you?
I'm fine. Thank you. What about you? I'm good. Thanks, lovely. I'm looking for women who want to get fit for January 22. And we have our new workout shakes that are out on the 5th. Would that be something you'd be interested in? No, of course not. No, I'm not interested in your pyramid scheme. And I don't appreciate you insinuating that I'm not already fit when I've done a lot of work to not be anorexic anymore. So here's another person that has an eating disorder who's actually done the work and is actually living their best life. And this person comes in here and decides to shit on them for a pyramid scheme, which I think is pretty gross.
I love that. First of all, I love that this person took the initiative to like get the cold DM out of the way first. They were like, hey, who the fuck are you?
Do I know you? What do you want? Immediately. It's like you're seeing someone come up your walkway and you're like, what do you want at the front door?
Before they ring the doorbell, like, no, I don't want to buy what you're selling.
And then I love that they also add a source. They cited their source and added the source in the message as
juice plus a pyramid scheme. Great. My biggest question on that one is, what is a workout shake? Do you drink the shake and then magically you're working out? Because it's
a workout shake.
Really correlated.
It's specifically,
you can work out or you can consume food.
Like, I will just say, like, specifically, and I don't know like how much you know about like fitness and nutrition and wellness and all of that, but like specifically, like a workout shake is for working out. That's why it's called a workout shake. So you.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right.
That makes sense. Total simp.
Sorry for that spit take there.
That was a close one. This almost came out my nose. There is Fireball in this, so that would have hurt.
That's Nick's workout shake, is a glass of Fireball. If you could chug down a 4-ounce detox drink,
chug it down
between breakfast and before breakfast and before dinner, 2 days in a row, and lose 2 to 10 pounds of toxic sludge.
Is that just code for poop?
I don't know. Defloat your tummy and combat fatigue all at once. Would you be willing to try? I'm looking, and this weird, like, I hate how the font changes. I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a few friends to track results. Drop an emoji and I'll hook you up. Is this a message?
Drop an emoji.
Like, who messages people like, how are you doing? Drop an emoji and let me know. And you're just like, are you okay? I would rather drink the yellow liquid in the Gatorade bottles left along the side of the highway. A simple no would have been fine. Hey, when you go around sending friend requests to strangers for your multi-level marketing bullshit, you get what you get.
I have several questions about this one. Several questions. First thing here is 2 to 10 pounds of toxic sludge in 2 days. I would love to take a 2 to 10 pound shit. That would feel great, because that's exactly what they're advertising, just for you to have 2 to 10 pounds worth of straight up diarrhea.
Did people feel like people's guts are just full of sludge? Like, it reminds me, do you guys remember that horror? I say it's horrible because my little sister loved it and was like always on nonstop when I was a kid. But that movie Fern Gully, do you remember that movie Fern Gully? Oh my
God, I do remember that movie. Yeah.
And the toxic sludge.
Yes. That's coming out of you. That's what
I always think of when people say toxic sludge. Always. Like, thing. Yeah. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm also curious about who actually sends an emoji back and what emoji they send. Like, do they send back an eggplant? Like, what happens?
I mean, this person would rather drink, like, you know, trucker piss than do this detox.
Hi, hun. Great start. Great start.
Yeah. This one
I know we don't talk much. It gets better. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. I know it starts right off with the diarrhea song. Yeah. The diarrhea song from the movie with Steve Martin, Parenthood. The very beginning of the movie Parenthood, which became the TV show Parenthood. Steve Martin was in that. And they sang the diarrhea song because they were all playing baseball.
I've seen the movie, but I don't remember the song.
You guys, I will sing it for you in a second, Nick, but my brain and what my brain is like going to retain and what it doesn't. The fact that I was like, Steve Martin sings that in the beginning of Parenthood. Like, it was like, when you're sliding into first and you feel a juicy burst, diarrhea.
Oh,
diarrhea.
Yeah, I've heard this.
You know, when you're sliding into home and your pants are full of foam, diarrhea. I played baseball as a child, so that's why I know all these songs. Anyway, continuing. Hi, hun.
Great. Love Hi, hun.
I love that when I sing the poop song, you're like, we're soul sisters. Hey, soul sister. I know we don't talk much, but I have a fabulous offer for you. I saw some of your recent stories on Instagram, and I thought you'd be a perfect candidate for our weight loss gummies.
Weight loss gummies. They work so well.
Perfect candidate for our weight loss gummies, you guys. Normally, they're $59 a month. But if you join me, you get $20 a month off with my VIP code, hun.
Another hun.
What do you say? Want to get hot or not? The audacity of this bitch right here, okay? Don't do this. What? The last time we spoke was in 2015, and you saying I need to lose weight. I don't know who you think you are, but you can take your MLM and shove it up your ass.
Boom. Roasted.
Roasted. I mean,
want to get hot? Like, how
or not?
How fucked up of a question is that? Like, first thing you can say is like, you already look great, but you know, if you want to look better, maybe that's a little bit more.
I don't even think that's gonna work.
You know,
if anybody tells me they can make me look better by buying something they sell, like I'm just immediately gonna be offended. That's whoo. And now DoorDash is in on it. My DoorDash person just put this in my McDonald's bag.
Bro, they just ordered McDonald's. That's fucking predatory. That is
It's
so
an Herbalife
predatory.
business card. Lose weight. Ask me how.
Wow. Wow. Herbalife has business cards. That just is the worst part about all that. Like they're a
swear,
legitimate
man.
business or something.
I love this. This was not a Deanne thing, but this was the screenshot and they put Deanne's face on it. So hello, my love. How are you doing? I love your feed. You're gorgeous, but
Oh my god.
I can't
All the emojis
help.
in this.
Yeah, I can't help but notice you're struggling a little with your summer body. No. I can help you lose the extra kilograms with zero stress and you'll rock that bikini by summer. DM me or drop me a comment, blah, blah, blah. This is an ED recovery Instagram.
And you are a terrible human.
Again, this is the third eating disorder that's been like, what? Yeah. You know what my summer body looks like? It's less hairy than my winter body. That's about it. That's about it, you guys. That's about it.
It also might be a little more sweaty because it's summer, but
slightly more pink and slightly less hairy.
Pink,
that's all. That's really it. Here's a poor new mother, gorgeous. Congratulations to this new mother with her darling little baby. She's carrying her baby and she looks like she's at Target.
That's a Target.
I mean, come on, man. Like mom at a Target. And oh, look, it's shit works again. Shit works again coming in.
Is that what that is? Oh.
That's a have you tried that crazy rap thing? Because I used to hand those out to people when I was in shit work.
Of course.
Yeah. That is shit. Yeah. No, don't do this. Don't do this to people.
Don't use your baby to try and sell your product.
This one's good though, because I do teach Abby about pyramid schemes, obviously, my little gritty grew, and she's like, that's a scam. Hey parents, your kids are listening to you. Do better, be better. I agree. Talk to your children about pyramid schemes.
Good start.
Love the teacher who just handed out our annual Cincy fundraising packets and had a kid scream, pyramid scheme at her. Yeah.
I would have loved to be.
I mean, I feel like that parent is doing exactly what the parent should be doing.
Yeah, this parent is crushing it. I don't know who this is, but I want to high five them.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on the parenting scale. Absolutely. That child will never get sucked into a pyramid scheme. Bravo. And then this one. You can read this one, Nick.
So this one comes from an actual personal trainer that says, don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not thick, you're big boned, you're fat, get a trainer.
Yeah, a trainer.
This is not the way to get clients, by shaming them into working with you. Like, who's going to be like, oh, he's right, maybe I should hire him so he can shame me some more. That's not what people fucking want.
This guy needs to understand that thick is spelled with 2 C's.
It is spelled with 2 C's. You are correct.
So I'm just going to correct his grammar on that one. But yeah, this is toxic. And this is a trainer. And you saw, this was the screenshot. You were like, yes, here you go.
Someone had just sent that to me day of when you said that. And I was like, I have just the thing.
Trainer is a dingleberry. It's absolutely true. All right. So another thing that you and I talk about on the podcast, we start talking about these diets and toxic diet culture and all of these ridiculous things that you and I have tried over the years. Like, I grew up in this toxic shaming diet culture of like, you're big bone, all this stuff. Like, it's ridiculous, the things that I heard my whole life. Anyway, you and I had this conversation about the most ridiculous things that we ate while starving ourselves in the name of fitness and health. And as I listened to our podcast episode, I just was like on Google Images and I was like, right click, save.
Yes.
Right click, save. And I made a beautiful collage. So,
I can't wait to talk about these ones.
This is Nick's favorite one right here.
Oh, I know it. I know what we're embarrassing Danielle about. I just realized it with her little comment there.
Danielle, spoilers. So this right here was a very popular choice of food in the 80s. My mother was obsessed with cottage cheese. Just salt and pepper and cottage cheese. Like, that's basically what it was. I had to eat it all the time. To this day, No, thank you. I'm not into it. I don't like cottage cheese. Nick, how do you feel about cottage cheese?
You know what? I think it's disgusting personally, but some people like it. And you know what? If you like it, eat it.
That's your choice.
As far
You
as
can
like
have mine.
nutritionally high protein, it's great. But personally, I think it tastes like ass. So I'm gonna avoid it.
How about if we put it in a cantaloupe, Nick? Is it better?
Not any better. I like the cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe, but if you can polish a turd, it doesn't make it any better.
Jinx, carriage, jinx. Carriage, have you been watching my notes? You're like, are you stalking me on the internet? Woo! All right. Liz only uses it in quiche now. You know what? And I've heard people using it in lasagna too, as like a replacement for ricotta or to add more curds to the ricotta, like mixing half and half. I could probably get down with that, but this way, no.
If it tastes like cottage cheese, I don't.
So this is a diet I had not heard of before I talked to Nick.
I can hear Danielle laughing in the background. She's in the living room. This is not a real diet, but my best friend, when he was in his teen years, he wanted to lose a little bit of weight, so he decided he would eat nothing but whipped cream. When he's hungry, just squirt a little whipped cream. Yeah, that did not last long for him. It's still a story that I make him tell people to this day.
And you said he would carry around a can of whipped cream.
He would have a can of whipped cream with him.
And hey, nothing against people trying everything, right? But at this point, we are
young
old enough
and dumb,
to look
you know?
back and go, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Here's another one. The very popular. Got whipped cream. I have whipped cream too. I should have brought it for this. I don't have a Danielle to fetch me whipped cream in my house. Garçon! A juice cleanse. I've tried these. Okay, let me tell you. This isn't even on the podcast, but let me tell you. So I completely forgot about it. Back in the day before MLM, when I was a blogger and I was working with different companies, there was a juice cleanse company that reached out to me. I don't remember the name of it. And they were like, we want to work with you. Can we send you like a week-long juice cleanse? And I was like, sure. So it was like overnighted because it's like fresh. And it was like, I live in the middle of nowhere. So it was like overnighted, packaged in like dry ice, waiting for me. And it was so much juice. Like I don't even eat or drink that much anyway. So like a week long of juice would have lasted me like 2 or 3 weeks. It's just so much. And essentially that's what happened. They gave me like 2 gallons of the green and then like smaller of the different colors. And it was like, you drink the green all day. It was so much. Luckily I didn't pay for it. Right.
That's great.
But the problem was I didn't even get through the first gallon of green juice before I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I forgot about the second gallon of green juice until it exploded in the refrigerator from fermentation.
Oh my God.
Because it was like no preservatives, totally fresh squeezed, fresh pressed. Like I heard like a weird
the diet part of it.
It was just like a cleanse. There was no food. It was just like a juice cleanse.
So you just drank juice for like.
It was just juice. But I remember hearing like a weird noise, and apparently that was like the sizzling and the bubbling for days leading up to the explosion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's crazy how popular that one is.
It was wild.
I was listening to like a popular podcast. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name on here, but like they were talking about how their friend sent them a juice cleanse. And they're like, yeah, I'm doing it. Like they just like did it because they had it and like didn't have breakfast that morning. So she's like, I'm doing the juice cleanse now. And then the other person on the podcast was like, no, you're not. You just didn't have breakfast. She's like, you're right. You're right.
All right. This is a very popular one. I don't know if anybody has mentioned it in the comments yet. A show of ones, how many of you tried the Cayenne lemon juice diet? How many of you? Because I did.
Did you?
With the maple syrup.
How'd that one work out for
you? Nothing works because you only get through like 2 days before you're like, I'm crazy. What am I doing? And then that's how I diet.
Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything for you either. So,
and it wasn't good. It didn't.
It's spicy water. It's sour, spicy water.
It was the weirdest thing. Yeah.
But it boosts your metabolism.
Salsa does this too. Yes, I've had that happen. I just don't eat food fast enough. Yes. Kelly Kapoor too. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's toxic, right? Someone also mentioned this other one here, the cabbage soup diet.
I did that one.
I did this one
that
too.
one.
Right.
I was shitting green for like a week. It was gross. And I never want to look at cabbage soup again. This one makes no sense too, because it's like day one. It's like day one, you can have all the cabbage soup you want and all the fruit you want. And day two, you can have all the cabbage soup and all the steak you want. Like, what scientific basis did that come from? Like, you just picked random stuff. Where like, you can have it on this day. Go for it. Have fun.
Was this diet that I did with my friend. She like really wanted, it was like lose 10 pounds in a week or whatever, you know, and it was this ridiculous thing. And it was so restrictive, which is, we talk about it on the podcast. We're going into these slides, and there are some slides, the pictures I promised I would show that I'm showing. But the first day of this like ridiculous diet that she wanted us to do was literally only milk and bananas. Yes. Day 3 steak and potatoes. Yes. It was the weirdest thing. We had this list we had to follow.
I know.
And I'm like freezing the bananas. I'm making milkshakes with it. I'm like, how am I going to eat bananas and milk all day? I don't even like milk or bananas. I don't like either of these things on their own. If you want to freeze it and dip it in chocolate, I'm game. If you want to make that into ice cream or put it on top of cereal, we're good there too. But like, I don't drink milk. And I only made it to day 3
on this one. So I don't know what happened after day 3.
Yeah, well, so Brittany's saying day 3 is steak and tomatoes, and I do remember that.
You know what? That makes so much sense, because it does nothing for you.
Because it's like,
I don't know. I don't even have
whole
anything.
theory is like you fast and your body like is nutrient like none, and then you build the nutrients back, right? You build it with potassium and calcium on day 1, and then lycopene and iron on day 3 or whatever, right? And so you're eating these like
human body work.
We're like, exactly, but it's this one nutrient, and we're just gonna go hard for one day.
Overdose on all the micronutrients possible.
It's the most ridiculous thing. So another one was this. One day you could just have as much roasted vegetables as you wanted, just as much as you wanted, as many. And there was like a list, you know, obviously not the starchy ones, but you could just have as many. Like stupid. And then one day it was just carrot sticks.
Just carrots.
I don't know.
It actually makes me want carrots. It looks really good right now.
But I will tell you something. This was the worst day. Do you want to know why? Because this was the day that I was invited to go to the Padre game.
I remember you talking about this on the podcast.
If anybody has ever listened to my show ever, they know how much I love food, how much I talk about food. I love tacos. I love pizza. I love everything. I share recipes and food places all the time. It's like, I love it. I got snacks. Remember? We got snacks. I love them. Hey-o. Do you know what they have at Petco Park, Nick? Do you know the food that they have at Petco Park? They have
probably not carrots.
World-class dining.
One order of carrots, please.
World-class, amazing food.
I mean, I'm sure it's no Fenway Frank, but you know, I can respect.
I don't know. You've never had some like Gordon Biersch garlic fries, so
that does sound very good.
My Tina Butts magnet fell off. This is me. I think I'm 27 in this photo.
Oh, here's the embarrassing photo.
There I am. This is not the embarrassing one. The next one's the embarrassing one.
I don't know. That was a little embarrassing.
Eating carrot sticks, and I am wearing an Atlanta Braves hat because I just moved back from Atlanta. Even though I'm born and raised in San Diego, I didn't have a Padres hat. So I'm wearing an Atlanta Braves hat. I don't know where that hat is now. And here I am eating a carrot at Petco Park. These are photos from the actual day. But I didn't want to be too restrictive because, you know, I was at the baseball game, Nick. And so I did allow myself one cheat item. One cheat item. Does anybody want to guess what my baseball game cheat item was? Nick knows because, you know, he was in the podcast too.
I want to see the guesses.
I know. I want to see the guesses.
What do we got?
Do you guys have any baseball game cheat on a restrictive diet that I would think would be a cheat item on carrot day?
On cabbage soup.
Okay. Obviously tacos sounds amazing. It was not tacos. It was not garlic fries. It was not a corn dog. It was not Cracker Jacks. Fuck Cracker Jacks. I don't like those anymore. It was not nachos. It was not a hot dog. And it was definitely not a fish taco either. It were sunflower seeds, you guys. Which are still like one of my favorite snacks of all time, but the sunflower seeds. And here's the embarrassing photo. So it's like, you're a cheat day. You've got to cheat food, but make it fun. So here I am.
Oh my God.
Being a
You made it
sunflower
fun.
seed vampire. And I made it fun. That's
You
the only
did.
way I could figure out how to make sunflower seeds fun. But we had pretty good seats.
Channeling your best Edward Cullen vibes.
And you know what? I think that's what the caption was. Something about like it said I hate Twilight. That's my hill I'll die on.
I don't know. I don't know if you'll have seen the
it said the caption said
lately.
Eat your heart out, Edward Cullen, is what the caption said.
Right. I just watched all the Twilight movies for the first time and reviewed them on my Instagram story. There's a highlight. They were so bad. It was laughable.
Right. The books were even worse. So here we go. The other thing, Danielle.
Danielle.
We're not going to spoil it because the
you don't want to spoil
is
this one.
Hilarious, and it is about Danielle, and it is the podcast, and it is about eggs. That's all we're going to say. And I am 100% here for the Twilight shit posting. Danielle. All right. So this is what I'm most excited about, because the other thing that Nick and I talk about besides poop on the podcast, but just a little bit, we talk about like our favorite things. And I hate to call my favorite foods guilty pleasures, although I have my whole life. And they're no longer my guilty pleasures because I don't feel guilty about enjoying any of these. And I will enjoy them whenever I want for as long as I want. And these are, I asked Nick, I said, send me some of your quote unquote guilty pleasures. And we have, I know, even the sandwich looks good, right?
I love sandwich every day.
I love me a good sandwich. I love me a very good sandwich. So we're gonna rate our favorites, and we got quite a few here. And if you guys have favorites, you're more than welcome to also rate them in here. Throw your favorites out there too. We're gonna start off with this. This is the Greek chicken restaurant by my house.
Is that this is the actual restaurant?
This is the picture from the actual restaurant's Facebook page, because I really wanted a good picture. And this is obviously like everything they have.
I mean, it all looks lovely.
This place is
I would love
good.
to
If you live in San Diego, East County, Greek chicken. It's called Greek chicken. It's just literally called Greek chicken. There's
Great name.
There's one on East Main or 2nd Street, Maine. There's one in Santee, Lakeside. I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 in East County, San Diego. It's amazing. The chicken kebabs, they're everything. But honestly, they have the best ranch in the whole entire world. I don't know what it is. It's like a Greek ranch with like, it's delicious. Anyway, Greek food. Zankou chicken. Oh my God, I remember Zankou chicken. Zankou chicken.
That's so funny. You mentioned the ranch. We have a restaurant, like a local restaurant when we used to live in Rhode Island. They had the best honey mustard. And when we moved, we were like, can we buy a tub of honey mustard? They gave us a tub of it like this big. They charged us like $15 for it, and it was gone within like 3 days.
I love it.
It was so fucking good.
It's not even funny how much I love Greek food. It's ridiculous. Anyway, InNOut Burger.
Never had it. I have never had this. Though I am going to Austin, Texas in July, and there are 3 InNOut Burgers in Austin, Texas. So I will most likely be trying InNOut Burger because I've always wanted to give this a shot.
I love InNOut Burger. I don't know. And I know there's people out there that are like, it is so overrated, and that's fine. I don't like Whataburger either. Like, I don't like Whataburger, and I don't like Tommy Burger. I'm sorry. I hate Tommy Burger.
I've never had any of these.
Tommy Burger is a place in LA, and it's like chili burgers. And I can't.
Oh, that sounds good.
When you're drunk, it's fantastic. But the next day, you're like, did we go to Tommy Burger last night? That's how it feels. See, Lauren thinks that InNOut is overrated, and that's totally fine. And I love it. And I don't know why. It's totally like, that's really like one of the only fast food burgers that I'll eat. McDonald's, because it's easy, but InNOut Burger. Mm-hmm. And there's a secret menu, and everybody has their own thing. And I get mine, InNOut Burger, double, animal style. No lettuce, no tomato, extra pickles, extra toasted, extra grilled onions.
Very well.
Fries well done. And either a Coke, but if I'm feeling a little extra extravagant, I get a Neapolitan shake, and they just mix the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry in one cup, and it's delicious. And that is my secret order. it's not on the menu.
Super secret now for the entire internet.
I know, now the whole internet knows. Here's one of your favorite fast foods.
Oh, just looking at that, Danielle, we're going to Taco Bell tonight, and I'm having diarrhea, and I don't even care. Like, it gives me the shits, and it's worth it. It's worth it.
Can I tell you, I have never had a Crunchwrap Supreme in my life.
Oh my God.
And I've never had a McRib either.
McRibs are terrible. I hate them.
That's what I thought. And
no, they're bad.
I don't know. I feel like it would be horrible. I don't know about this. I've seen people recreate it on TikTok. I'm watching people going, this looks amazing. And then they're like, it's my version of a Crunchwrap. And I'm like, oh, is that what a Crunchwrap is? But I don't know. Here we go. This is where I'm gonna get a little elitist at this moment. I'm sure Crunchwraps are delicious, but this is what I have down the street from my house. I can drive to Taco Bell or I can walk to this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right?
California. California.
So that's really the only reason is like, I live in it. Like I always joke that our small little town has there's three things that they have too much: hair salons, independent boutiques, and taco shops. There's just so many here. That's like the one thing. But honestly, like I love Mexican food. You guys, look at this. Carne asada fries from Sombrero. I mean,
those look lovely.
Carne asada fries. This is like, I don't know. Is this a California thing or there are carne asada fries in other states?
I mean, it's like I've been to Colorado. They have this kind of stuff there.
Okay.
So like it's more of like a Midwest, West Coast type of thing. Okay. But we don't have like we have stuff like this, but it's just not as good.
Right. I've had like Mexican food in other places, and I'm always just like,
it's good, but it's California's
not. It's better though. It San Diego, in just in general, I think. But again, and then this picture too. I couldn't choose my favorite.
Fair. That's fair.
And I really wanted to show off this thing in the middle, which is literally one of my favorite things in the whole entire world. And it's carne asada chips. And most people call them nachos, but here they're called carne asada chips. And I don't know why they're called carne asada chips versus carne asada nachos. You could order nachos and it would be the same thing, but they're just called carne asada chips for some reason. But it's delicious.
You know what? It comes with a side of carrots, so it's healthy.
Oh, it comes with so much. This restaurant actually is called Santana's, and they have like a salsa bar, but you can get like the grilled onions and the carrots and the jalapenos, and like there's so much. So good. Anyway,
jalapenos.
Pop-Tarts.
Oh, Pop-Tarts.
Now this is a very personal choice. We do talk about the Pop-Tarts.
S'mores Pop-Tarts are the best ones.
Okay, s'mores. I was going to ask you which one you like the best. Is s'mores?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm a strawberry girl.
Okay.
Tried and true strawberry with butter on top.
Interesting. I'm allergic to strawberry, so I'm gonna have to take your word on that one.
Yeah, and then I put the butter all over the frosting, and I get it all melted, and then I cut it into 8 little bite-sized pieces.
You are very specific about this.
I know, it's my ADHD.
Danielle air fried a Pop-Tart not that long ago, and
did it work?
Yeah. She said it was really good. I need to try this. I think it was a brown sugar cinnamon.
I hate those ones.
You correct me on that one, but
okay. That was the question I was going to ask. Okay, Melissa just asked it. Frosting or no frosting? I like the frosting because it holds the butter on better.
No. A Pop-Tart with no frosting isn't a Pop-Tart. Like,
see, Harper likes the non-frosted ones.
You crazy?
I don't like
crazy girl.
I don't like any. Danielle doesn't believe that she did that.
Yeah, I think you did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it was a dream I had.
Some of these like other flavors like cupcake and red velvet and all of these other flavors I can't really get behind.
Yeah, they seem great in theory, but when you actually try them, they're not right. Shit ain't right.
I wonder if you could get like cupcake, toast it up real good, cut it in half, make an ice cream sandwich out of it. What about a Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich?
Wow.
Let's see if we can make that work.
Freeze a Pop-Tart. See what happens.
Frosting. Mallory likes frosting. Next one. Here we go.
Wow.
This one. I know. I'm telling you guys, these are my guilty pleasures.
Today.
I told everyone to bring a snack. It's in the show notes.
I did not bring it. I don't think you told me to bring a snack. I didn't get a snack.
I've got sunflower seeds, and I've got Snyder's of Hanover hot buffalo wing pieces. These are my snacks this week. This right here is one of my absolute favorite meals. This is from a restaurant called Hash House of Gogo. They're here in San Diego, but they also have one in Vegas. So if you're ever in Vegas, I believe it's at the Link Hotel. And it's called Hash House of Gogo, and it is incredible. And this is the Andy's fried sage chicken and bacon waffles. And it comes with like this maple drizzle, and you can also get Nashville hot sauce on the side if you want.
Wow, is there like hot peppers on there too? It looks like, is that what I'm saying?
No, those are actually fried leeks right on top.
Interesting.
Oh, it's so good, and a big rosemary spear right out the top too. Yeah. If you have not had Hash House of Gogo and you are here either in San Diego at any time, or you can visit in Vegas, chef's kiss. It is so good. This is my favorite, but they also have a really good French toast that has like an entire griddled banana on it. I like that banana. Oh, it's so good, right? I love it. Hash House of Gogo. And they have really good hamburgers. I got a hamburger at Hash House of Gogo one time that had mashed potatoes on it. Or maybe it was a patty filled. I don't know. But let me just tell you.
That's like my go-to order at a restaurant. I'm just like, you got a big juicy burger. Give me that with some sweet potato fries. And I am the happiest person in the world. And
I love that, right? I love that. Like, I love this like food positivity. We don't have to eat like a little bird. I think you should enjoy what you eat, right?
We should eat some vegetables here and there, but like,
I don't think I put any vegetables on this list actually. My bad. There might be. I forget.
Ooh, there were carrots in one of those slides.
Thai food. I love Thai food
that's
too.
Danielle's favorite.
French toast is so good.
French toast is great.
French toast is so good.
Yeah. Oh,
this is
my baby right there. Yeah. I had a whole phase where like every night I would be running for that peanut butter jar and just eating it right out of the jar.
Yeah, I said, Nick, what's one of your favorite snacks? And he's like, peanut butter straight out of the jar. I was like,
okay. Yep, I stand by that. It's great.
I love Indian food too, and Thai food too. I love I love chicken tikka masala. I love butter chicken. I love all of it. It's so good. The more that I can eat with bread and rice and like pick up the sauces, the better for me. And Thai food, I love curry and pineapple chicken fried rice. It's like ridiculous. Anyway, a Chicago hot dog.
Chicago hot dog.
I don't know what it is about a Chicago hot dog. I'm not even a toppings on a hot dog kind of person.
I didn't even know
like
these were a thing.
Mustard. I'm like, just give me a mustard dog at the baseball game. Like, or like a bacon wrap street dog. But a Chicago dog, which is, they call it raked through the garden because it is raked through the garden. There's like this green relish, which is not the same as regular relish. It's like this lime green relish. You got these hot peppers. You've got full pickle spears. You've got tomato slices. You've got onions, and it's on this like steamed roll. It's just really good.
We have where I grew up in Rhode Island, we have these things. They're called hot wieners.
Ooh.
You don't call them a hot dog because they are not a hot dog, but they kind of are. But basically what it is it's like a sausage type of thing. Like it's like a pork veal mix. And then they top it with meat sauce and onions and mustard. And it's the best food when you're drunk. The best.
I've always wanted to try a Ripper in New Jersey. They're like the hot dogs. It's like a thing in New Jersey where they deep fry the hot dogs and they actually like burst and rip apart. They're called Rippers. And I've seen
lovely.
Yeah, right. I was like, a deep fried hot dog. Let's go. I've seen it on like the Food Network, and I was like, that's a thing. So that's on my bucket list too.
Oh yeah,
Nick, you told me that your favorite were double stuff.
Yeah,
but I found a picture of all the stuffs.
There are a lot of stuffs, and I've tried the mega stuff. It's too much stuff. Okay,
it's too much stuff.
We need to find a middle ground here, which is actually in this picture. It is very much the double stuff. It is right.
The double stuff is right in the middle.
Yeah,
I prefer out of all of these. I like the thins.
The thins.
I don't know why. I enjoy. I think I would enjoy the double stuff thins because I like the thinner cookie.
You like the thin cookie part.
I like that crispiness of the cookie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fun
That's
fact.
another way I'll drink milk or use milk.
This might be an embarrassing fact about Danielle here, but we're gonna embarrass her twice.
Danielle's like, Roberta, when can I come on your show to talk about
our
milk?
second date? She came over to my apartment. We watched Monsters Inc. and we got double stuffed Oreos. And I'll never forget this. She took the Oreo. She had her cup of milk. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna like dunk the Oreos. She throws the cookie into the milk and like lets it sit there for like 10 minutes and pulls it out with a spoon. I'm like, are you okay?
I'm sort of middle ground with Oreos. I like to, and this is literally what I do. I will pinch it at the top with just enough.
Oh yeah, that's what I do too.
Submerges as soon as the cookie cracks.
Oh.
It's the perfect amount of soaked because it's at that moment that the cookie's like, okay, we're soaked. That's enough. That's enough for me. It's just enough. It's not soggy. It's not crunchy. It's just perfect.
Yeah, her Oreos were like liquefied by the end. Like there was barely any Oreo left.
Poor Lauren. What's an Oreo twist? And I've never dumped Oreos in Nutella.
It sounds good though.
It does sound good, but it feels like if I dip them in Nutella, I can only have like 3. And if I dip them in milk, I can have like 6. I'll just be like, oh, I can't do any more of these. One of my other favorite little snacks at night, if I just want a sweet, is Nutella on a graham cracker. I really like that too. It's like a little cookie treat. Chicago pizza.
Never had this one.
This is from Giordano's. Is that how you say it? I don't know how to say it, but it's delicious. Chicago pizza is strange and different, but it's so good.
Definitely bucket list.
Yeah, if you like cheese.
I do. I love cheese and I love sauce and I love bread. Like the big 3 right there. Come on.
There. Yeah. It's like the meat. I'm sorry. It's like the bread and then all the toppings and then the cheese and then the sauce. I don't know. It's just good.
I gotta go to Chicago. Because you gotta get it like straight from the source, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you buy it somewhere else.
Those are my 2 Chicago like things that I went to Chicago for a LuLaRoe thing.
Chicago hot dogs. For a LuLaRoe thing, of course.
I went for a LuLaRoe thing, and those are the 2 things that I had that I was like, oh my God. Yes, they're so good. Okay, this is Wings and Things. You've seen me get it on TikTok. I literally made one of me going to get it. This is where everybody's like, oh, Roberta's going to get wings. This is what I'm getting right here. Those strips.
I love wings.
Those are just tenderloin strips.
Are you like a spicy wings type of person or just like a mild? No.
I can be, and I don't mind spice. It depends on how fast I want to pile drive them into my mouth.
Fair.
If I'm totally fine taking my time, let's do a regular spice. It's fine. If I'm just here to feast, we're going to go mild. It's just everything that I do is really very conditional. Like, where are we going after? Okay, I'm not going to get that then. You know what I mean? Like I have
a little restrictive dieting wing story actually. When I finished my first Beachbody program in like 2009, I might have said this on the podcast. I don't remember, but when I finished this, the day after, I texted my friends and I was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to Hooters and get some wings?" And we had a wing eating competition to see who could eat the most wings. And I think I ate like 42 wings.
Oh my God.
So yeah, what a great binge restrict cycle that was.
You were like, I finally got through the program. Let's celebrate. And you ate 42 wings.
42 wings. And they were the hottest wings possible too. Was not a good time afterwards.
Poor O-ring the next day. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine your stomach eating that many hot wings. The only other thing that's really delicious about these hot wings are those breadsticks. Right.
Ooh, those look pretty good.
I don't know. Right there.
It looks like shiny.
they're shiny and buttery and like covered in garlic. They're so good. They're really
cheesy
good.
Bread on the right over there?
That is, yes, it is their breadsticks. And then they cut up the wings and they put it on top like a pizza with like cheese and yeah, they're like breadstick pizzas. It's insane. It's called Epic Wings.
Epic Wings.
Anyway, those are my favorite bread. That's my favorite restaurant bread. This is your favorite restaurant bread.
Literally, the first thing you said was like guilty pleasure foods. The first thing that came to mind was Texas Roadhouse rolls. It's the only reason I go to Texas Roadhouse. I don't even like their food's okay. The whole vibe of the restaurant is weird. Like they have line dancing. I don't get it. But
Okay,
and like
I will say,
the like 40 questions they ask you before you sit down is my favorite part.
I went to a Texas Roadhouse like years and years and years ago. There was one here in San Diego. It ended up not doing so great and it closed down. But I went one time and I did have the rolls. I don't remember anything but the rolls, to be fair. It closed down. Another barbecue place like took its place. And then during COVID, a Texas Roadhouse opened in a different part in the same, and now it's open and it's very busy. But I've never been there and I don't know. I'm not sure anything, but I do. That's like a cinnamon butter or something?
It's a cinnamon butter, and it's the best part. Like, the rolls are good. They're usually like, sometimes they're not. So they're always like, you want our fresh baked rolls, and they're not always fresh baked. But when they're fresh baked, there's just something about them. But that cinnamon butter, like, you can't replicate it. There's just something about it. It feels like a hug. It feels like you're eating a hug.
Eating hug. I love it. There was this one time when I lived in Atlanta, there was this guy who was trying to get me to go out on a date with him, and he was at a party. He met me and we were talking. I said, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" You know, like trying to make small talk. And he told me he was a baker. I said, "Oh, that's a really cool job. Like, how early do you have to get up?" Because, "Oh, well, I'm a baker at a restaurant. So like, we don't, I don't even have to get there until whatever time." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Well, what restaurant?" And he was like, "Red Lobster." And I was like, "So you make the Cheddar Bay biscuits?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's my job." And I was like, "That isn't," I said, "Well, give me the recipe. I need the recipe." Right? I was like, "Dude, I need the recipe. Everybody says they're so amazing." He goes, "Well, I don't know what the recipe is. It's just a bag that I mix with water."
Sounds
and I was
right.
like, "Well, this has been a really fun conversation."
Yeah, I'm a baker. I mix a bag with water and put it in the oven. You're not a fucking baker.
Well, it's the most important thing, and my job is to like withhold the rolls so that they're always hot and fresh, so people are always excited to see the basket. And I was like,
"Cool
well, it was
story,
so
bro.
nice meeting you." Exit stage left. Here we go.
Poor guy.
And then these are the last slides. This, I don't know if anybody can recognize these entrees, but these are from the Cheesecake Factory.
I knew by the beans. That's what gave it away. And I never get anything with the beans, but I knew.
The bread basket.
The like little cheese on the beans. That's what, oh yeah, the bread basket. Yeah, that's classic Texas Roadhouse. Right? I'm disappointed that this doesn't have the mac and cheese ball, the fried mac and cheese balls.
Oh, well, don't worry, Nick. Don't worry.
Oh,
I've got.
There they are. Oh,
so yeah. So
daddy.
I feel like Cheesecake Factory is also like my guilty pleasure restaurant. I go, we would say like Cheesecake Factory. I said, "What is the one thing that you order?" And he says the mac and cheese balls. They're delicious
every time.
Do you order it as your meal or as an appetizer?
It's an appetizer, and then I'll get something else. Usually they have like some kind of like lower calorie options at the Cheesecake Factory that are actually good. So I'm not like,
I've never looked at that side of the menu.
Yeah, it's not even on that side of the menu. Like, it's just in there, and I'm like, oh yeah, like these steak tacos are really good.
If it has a little leaf or healthy sign, I just skip over.
This makes me so mad though, because they do have, I think they call it the Skinnylicious Menu, and I'm like, that's a fucked up way of framing it. Like, you could just say that it's low calorie. It doesn't have to be
healthy
skinny,
people.
like,
It's like this virtue signaling menu.
Yeah.
So your favorite entree, the thing that you always order.
Always.
The cheese or the fried macaroni and cheese balls, which are so good. This is my favorite one, and it's the last slide, and then we'll wrap up. But this is my favorite: the crispy chicken costaletta. I get it every time, every single time. It's got
we got
lemon cream sauce.
We got the vegetables,
and if there's room, I eat the vegetables. Absolutely. The asparagus is very good, drizzled in the lemon sauce that you can't see because they wanted to show the chicken. But usually there's a lot more lemon sauce on it. It's very good. My daughter loves this. We always get extra sauce for Abby on the side because she just wants to dip it. And I've created sort of like a at-home similar-ish version that I make because I love it so much. It's not even fair. But yeah, so that was that. I hope everybody like enjoyed like the ridiculousness. I know sometimes we talk about heavy stuff, and your episode is just, there's so much toxic diet culture in this fitness, and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to like have 2 of the exact same episodes. And I just wanted to have some fun with you and tell some stories and get people excited for Sunday, because your episode, it's so funny. We have a really good time. There's a great story about Danielle in it.
Very embarrassing. There's also some embarrassing stories about me and my friend Chris, who did the whipped cream diet. So like, I just
remember
threw everyone under the bus
like
here.
After talking to you, because I talked to Danielle right before you guys left for your wedding, and then I talked to you after you guys came back from your honeymoon. And it's just, it was a really great episode, and we just had a really good time. And I remember talking to you, and then Danielle messaged me later. She's like, he told you about the eggs? I said, yeah, you might want to skip this episode.
No, you're going to have to listen to it.
It's a great episode.
You're going to need to know how much detail I went into, because I could have went into a lot more detail, and I did not. So you're welcome.
You were so kind to your beautiful wife. You were so kind. Anyway, I wanted to pair the toxic bullshit with like the good stuff, so we can be like, yeah, why are we eating cabbage soup when we can have crispy chicken costaletta and fried macaroni and cheese balls?
Right. And
it's about,
you can have both. I mean, not that I'm gonna have cabbage soup ever again, but you get my point.
You can have both. You just can't. I'm gonna say you can't, but you can. You just can't have it all day, every day, for every single meal.
Right.
It's all about moderation and balance. And sure, you can have McDonald's, but maybe don't have it for dinner if you have it
not every day, like
not every day. I don't want people to feel guilty about the things that make them happy.
Exactly.
And I think we need to get away from that, because it bums me out. And food is one thing that makes me genuinely happy all the time. You guys know so much. I talk about my snacks all the time. So very much appreciate this. And I wanted to say thank you, because a follower reached out to me, and she says, can I send you something? And I said, yes. And she goes, what I'm sending you is going to knock fiddle faddle off your top list.
Uh-oh.
So that's all I know. And I said, here's my address.
I was expecting
you to like food. Here you go.
I was expecting a big reveal right now. Like
no, she sent me a screen. She sent me a little video today that it's ready to ship with the superimposed sound of what's in the box. What's in the box? That's what I woke up to this morning. So it was very cute. Awesome. Very much appreciative of everybody that came and hung out and participated in the comments. I'm going to try to do this more with guests. It's definitely something I like doing, and I think it's really fun and sort of goes hand in hand with the show and makes all of us a little bit more human, which I think is important. And to remember that we're all just doing our best. So thank you so much, Nick. The only other thing that I wanted to shout out was that you guys, if you love Nick and think he's hilarious, he has an incredible social media presence. Really, really fantastic account. Can you tell everybody sort of like what you do over there? It's Nick Anderson Fitness.
Yeah. So I provide information, but I also do it in a funny way for the most part. So it's a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of information all mixed into one. So I talk about like why you shouldn't feed into toxic diet culture and how you can actually do things to reach whatever goals you have, whether it's losing weight, whether it's getting stronger, whether it's just getting healthier.
Right.
And I'll make you laugh while I do it. I even wear a wig sometimes. So
that's right, Penelope. And you can also find everything on his website. He offers services. He is actually a trainer, and there's he's got this whole thing. We talk about it in the podcast, so you'll hear that. It's just really, really great. And I love to offer solutions and small business shout outs to people who are not in MLMs, who have already gone through the bullshit, so that you can follow them and trust them that they're not going to get you pulled into another MLM on the off chance that, they join It Works or something. You know what I mean? So Nick's already been through it and done that. And I really appreciate that. And I want to do more small business shout outs with more people like this, because I think it's really important as we leave one community and sort of navigate into this new one, finding people that we can trust and not have to worry about getting sucked into scams again. And that's really important to me. So. There is. That's like my whole thing, right? I'm like, don't get them scams. You were fantastic. Thank you so much. Please, please, please. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, do all that stuff, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram and the podcast and the whole thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but everybody else says it, and I feel like I should too.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend, guys. I'll be probably on TikTok or so. It might go live this weekend. I'm not really sure. But if there's anything you guys need, just hit us up. And until then, like we always say, bye.